Hello there, I'm Dr. Paul Kuperman. I'm a radiologist practicing here in Myrtle Beach. This is my house over here. We live in the border of Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach, about half-mile away from the ocean, and we love sunny days like this. I've had solar panels for approximately a year and a half now, so been able to gather that much data on it, and so far we've been very pleased with the whole installation. We did a couple of things when we did the house. What you're looking at back here is game room that we built, or an addition that we put on top of the garage. So when we were building the addition, we were re-roofing that area, and we decided to re-roof the whole house. And at that time we looked into kind of solar power and alternative energy sources for a couple of reasons. The stimulus plan had just come out, and there were several things about tax credits and such. So it looked like it may be financially viable. And, we've got little kids, and my wife is interested, and we're both interested in kind of doing our best part for humanity and the world and things like that. And honestly, it's pretty easy to produce power and stuff like that. I looked into a lot of things, and it seems like solar hot water was really the kind of best bang for your buck, but we looked in a little bit more thoroughly, and it seemed like we could go with a larger system, and it wouldn't have too much of a burden initially financially, and it would pay back for itself pretty well because the photovoltaic systems seem to last for a long time. So if you look up here, we've got on the left hand side as you're facing it is our solar hot water panel, so that heats up the water that we use in our house, and then the large array off to the right would be the photovoltaic system, comprised of the panels. We have about a 5.2 kilowatt system. Like any system, 5.2 is sort of a theoretical maximum, but we draw pretty good. There are plenty of times during the day, and particularly on a day like today, we probably are not using any electricity from the power grid. I guess we've had the system in place for about 18 months. I pulled about 5 years of data, so I know what my power consumption was and my utility bills were for the last 5 years. Santee Cooper will actually give you that stuff if you ask for it. And based on that, I had to do a little bit of fudging because I added the large addition, which added about 1,000 square feet to our house. I'm probably saving about 40% on my total electric bill. So based on that, my payback to the system, having paid for itself, when you include all the tax credits, would be about 7 years. Now during this time of year, the hot water will accommodate almost all of my hot water usage in terms of its general temperature. So right now the tank will be, right now it's been super hot because we've had this extra hot weather and no rain, so my tank is sitting at about 145 degrees. One of the things I think that's probably good to know, my wife, much like any other wife, she's very concerned about the appearance of the house, and there was a lot of concern about whether the solar panels would end up being not aesthetic or aesthetically pleasing. And so as you can see, they're very low profile, and they have very little aesthetic differences. We have a little bit of advantage because our roof is black. If you had a white roof, they would stand out more, but most people have a darker colored roof. So with this, you get the black roof, it blends in quite well. And in fact, one of my neighbors didn't even know we had solar panels. Installation didn't take too long. As I recall, it was pretty much a couple-week system from being, start of installation to having most of the things up and running. We had to wait for a couple of parts. That's one of the problems with waiting till the end of the year, is that because of the way the tax credits work, everybody tries to get everything done by the end of the year, so you have a little bit of a run on the supply. But we had our system installed and running by the end of December, and I believe we made our contract in early November, so it was less than 2 months from the time we actually did the original walkthrough to the time that we had a running system.